Hello, everybody. First of all, I would like to warmly thank you to make ADAMPOL a part of this marvelous webinar and inviting me as one of the presentation party. Now I would like to share with you my presentation. Can you see it? Hello?
Yeah,
okay.
we've got it.
Yes.
So let's start. First of all, I would like to share the basic information about the company because I am not sure that everybody are familiar with ADAMPOL, and I would like to give you basic information. So sorry, I've got okay. So who we are? ADAMPOL is a family company which was set up in 1990, and at the beginning we dealt with transportation of the passenger cars, but using this practically 30 years of experience, we transformed from this family company to widely known European company dealing in logistical sector. In 2014, we started the significant process to our company. We would like to merge a Hyundai Globis, and starting since March 2020, we are 100% belonging Hyundai company part. So here you can see our company group as ADAMPOL. Our headquarters is located in Zaścianki, which is north part of Poland. We've got several offices within Poland and several daughter companies within European Union and Russian Federation as well. I'm working in Małaszewicze, which is located on the border between Belarus and Poland on the EU border. Here you can see from the bird's eye view our location. We are on duty-free zone, and we've got about 50 hectares divided into 3 parts. First part is devoted for storage vehicles and containers. Second is our railway terminal, and third part is our warehouse. I am describing everything to you because I think that those facilities and our experience makes us a good partner to talk about the current situation on the railway market and the challenges and the future that could happen in the near future. So we think that ADAMPOL is a significant player in the intermodal logistical sector. For the time being, like I said before, we've got a terminal located in Małaszewicze, but apart from this, being a part of Hyundai Globis, we've got a possibility to be a part of huge logistical chains. We started with a new project last year, which is a train connecting Małaszewicze and port in Gdańsk. We think that this solution is very useful for all the clients using railway and sea transportation. Going to the main course of my speech, I will address to 3 main categories which we faced last times. First of all, I would like to give our feedback, our feeling for how it is for the time being on the railway infrastructure. Secondly, I would like to give our feedback also on the current situation connected with COVID and pandemic situation, and thirdly, political situation. So on the railway infrastructure, we can speak about technical capacity. In the short term, this technical capacity does not change, and this is not possible to change in any way in short time. But I know that everybody involved in this process are thinking about extending their capacity, making an investment, especially last time when they saw that the volumes are rising. Taking into consideration current situation, what we can do, we can use the technical capacity, existing capacity in more wise way. To do so, we are in constant contact with our subcontractors, with our neighbors, even with our competitors, so that to give our final clients, final customer, what we are promising, which is lead time and which is quality. Secondly, apart from technical capacity, I mean the railroads itself, the terminals itself, we've got the huge factor in shape of wagons. We know that the wagons, the amount of wagons is like a set on the market. But on the other hand, I know that everybody trying to increase the number of the wagons because there is a need on the market. I think in the near future, more and more companies will enhance their capacity in these terms. So we will have in the market a little bit more wagons, which will means more capacity. Thirdly, on the railway infrastructure, we are experiencing exceptional situation which have influence on the services that we are providing. Talking about exceptional situations, I mean, for example, flood that took place several weeks ago on the border between China and Kazakhstan. That's why we experience a kind of congestions there. If we are experiencing congestions on the Kazakhstan and China border, it means that in several weeks we will have a similar situation on the border between Belarus and Poland. So we've got it for the time being, but at the same time we are doing what is possible to handle with the situation. Exceptional situations, I mean also the renovations, because if the railway are undergoing the renovations, it means that we will have like a shortage in distribution of the wagons. For the time being, there is a huge season for making renovations. At the same time, I can see and I can admit that everybody involved in the process are trying to find another solution, another ways to catch up the situation. So this situation looks like this in terms of infrastructure and different factors which we are experiencing there. About pandemic situation. As soon as COVID appears in Europe, we've noticed that there is a huge change in terms of the volumes. Why? Because there is a kind of displacement between air transportation, sea transportation, to advantage to the rail transportation. It turns out that the rail transportation were the most stable those times in terms of delivery. Everybody knows that practically air transportation stopped from one day to another. I can say that from the point of view of railway operator, it was a kind of advantage for us, because some part of clients are adjusted to the air transport and were not willing to try to rail transportation. And when COVID appeared, they ought to find a kind of solution. And those days they tried to shift their services to the railway. This way, we are experiencing for the time being rising volumes. We can handle with this for the time being. Obviously, the frequency of receiving the block trains from China is not stable, which makes our work more challenging, and which makes a kind of disbalance in terms of circulations of the railway platforms, circulations of the containers. Everybody involved in this process are trying to organize so that to handle with this situation. We are using also like special support truck services as well. And I can say that even though the volumes are bigger than we've expected, we can handle with these volumes for the time being. Thirdly, political situation. Everybody knows what is going on for the time being in Belarus. I can admit that this political situation has no influence for the time being for the frequency of the train coming from China or to China. From our experience, COVID has more influence on this frequency because of the illness of the people there. But I would like to highlight one more time, this political situation has no influence, and I hope it will last, it will stay like this. So, in general, in railway infrastructure, there is a set capacity. Everybody involved are trying to extend this capacity and to be up to date with the requirements of the clients. We are growing our terminals, we are extending our railroads, and I know that our partners are trying to have more railway platforms and wagons. In terms of pandemic situation, I can admit that this challenge we used to build a group of the clients and extend our volumes. What will be in the future, we do not know. Everybody expects the second wave of COVID. The railway transport turns out to be this one which is stable, and I think we'll learn the lesson and we can provide our clients stable services. I've mentioned before about train communication between our railway terminal in Auschwitz and ports. I think in the future we should more closely cooperate with the ports, because we know that the sea transport is a basic one, and at the same time the clients needs to make a transportation, inland transportation. That's why I think the railway solution are like supplementary and complementary to the sea services. I hope that our cooperation will be more smooth, more easy, and thanks to this kind of events like today's webinar, we can switch our experience and hopefully set up more close cooperation. One more thank you, everybody. Thank you for your attention. For those who would like to talk about scope of services of ADAMPOL, I would like to ask for direct and personal contact with me. Thank you one more time.